Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I'm Tanushree. So as we all know, the NABARD Grade A Phase 2 exam, it has been conducted today, and now we all have joined to give you what is the initial reaction we have received from the students. How was the paper? What was the difficulty level? Just wait. It has been conducted today, and now we all have joined to give you what is the initial reaction we have received from the students. How was the paper? What was the difficulty level? Okay, so students, in this particular session, I'm going to talk to the faculties and let us see what was their reaction. But before I start, I just want to give one disclaimer here that this reaction, it is based on the feedback that we have received from the students, and that those number of students, they are limited, and that is why the reaction that we are going to give you, please take it with a pinch of salt. Rather, I would say a mountain of salt. If your experience, it was somewhat different from what I am saying, what our faculties are saying, then please let me know. We will, yeah, more than welcome. We are like welcome the feedback, and please do let us know the questions in the comment section as well. That will also help us to frame our opinion or our questions in a better manner. So, students, first of all, let me start this discussion with Gurkirat sir and Shamli ma'am for the ESI and ARD objective questions. How was the paper? So, Gurkirat sir, first of all, I would like to ask from you, what was the level of paper? So, students, first of all, let me start this discussion with Gurkirat sir and Shamli ma'am for the ESI and ARD.
Ma'am, I think the first initial thing the students to because as of now I've just talked to 3 to 4 students because there were very limited number of students, so I've just talked to 3 to 4 students as of now.
Mhm.
But I think one initial reaction, initial feedback that I got from students is that this year the paper was somehow little bit, I would say, unexpected. Reason being that because the questions on current affairs have been more this year. There were very few questions on ARD static as per the initial feedbacks that I have received from the student. So if I मैम आई थिंक इको है अगर आप एक बार चेक कर लो आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स कैन यू कंफर्म इज देयर एन इको ऑन माय just on our side or is there an echo in this session?
Yes, I think there is an eco problem. Just let me check why is it happening. Students, is it fine now? Is the eco problem resolved now? Yes, I think there is an eco problem. Just let me check. I think this is fine now. Okay, sir. Please tell
Okay.
us
Yeah.
what is the exact feedback of the ESI descriptive questions?
Yeah, ma'am. The thing that I was saying is that see, as per the initial thing that I've talked to students, is because I've just talked to 3 to 4 students as of now. The initially feedback that I've got received is first of all, the paper is not easy. The reason being that because the students always go with an expectation that it will be a kind of 50-50 paper where 50% paper will be from ARD static and 50% will be based on current. But I think this year there was a shock. Year this is a shock here because as per the initial talk I have received, there are, it is a paper which is full of current affairs. So it's very, I would say, it's a pinch of a salt of ARD which has been asked this year. That Shamli ma'am will be talking detail with you. So as of the initial feedback that I have received is that there were questions which somehow I'm not saying it's a paper which is little bit looking on a moderate to difficult side as of now from the students whom I have talked here is there was a question on monetary policy which is based on inflation. There was a question on NRLM scheme, which is a favorite scheme of NABARD. So they have asked a question, which we were expecting also. There's a question being asked on the PMFME scheme, again of a sector which NABARD is very, very fond of asking question. So that was a question that was asked, and there was a question being asked on our women-related initiatives. The question has been asked. Then there was a question on PM Vishwas scheme. Again, one of the important scheme of minority affairs that was there. So there I need a little bit of clarity because some students are saying it is a PM Vishwas scheme. Some of you are saying there is PM with the election scheme. But as per the question that I've received, I am assuming it's PM Vishwas scheme. So that is initial thing that I have received from the students, ma'am. Then there was a paragraph-based question which was something on sexual harassment. With regards to one mark question, so I have not received plenty of questions regards to 1 mark. I've just received one question that was on Ishram portal that has been asked, and along with that, there were some few questions which were case study based, but I do not have details about those questions, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I want to ask you one thing here. What was the this year, have we seen a higher number of questions as far as the as far as the paragraph based kind of questions are concerned? Because I have also talked to the students, and as per their feedback, the in ESI especially, the paragraph based questions were more. The number of paragraph based questions were more. There were a lot of questions on schemes, and they have asked, like, as NABARD is used to ask in detail, they have asked about the schemes, when it was launched, and what is the amount of compensation, after what period the compensation is received. Such kind of questions are being asked here. So, have we seen any increase in number of paragraphs this year, or is it the same as per the last year's?
I think that the number of paragraphs still remains same, because if we talk about on an average this year, they have asked 3 to 4 questions in a paragraph. So number of paragraphs, I would say, because previous year also that trend has been started by NABARD, because they used to ask questions. There is a paragraph, and then they used to ask 2 questions instead of asking 3 to 4 questions. So this year, I think number of paragraphs, yes. If you talk about specifically with respect to ESI, that have enhanced. The reason being that because the weightage of ARD static
Hmm.
has reduced. So I think
Okay.
that has somehow made an increase in ESI, the
Okay.
number of paragraphs questions being asked.
Okay, okay. So now I would like to shift my focus to ARD. For ARD, I would like to talk to Shamli ma'am. So Shamli ma'am, how was the paper, and what were the kind of questions?
Okay, ma'am, again, based on the students' reaction, I would like to say that this year the ARD paper was quite unexpected. बहुत ही अनएक्सपेक्टेड चीज देखी गई है कि लाइक एआरडी स्टैटिक से काफी कम क्वेश्चंस थे एआरडी में भी ज्यादातर क्वेश्चंस करंट अफेयर के थे तो आई वुड से इट्स नॉट दैट हैज हैपेंड दिस ईयर ओनली लास्ट ईयर आल्सो वी हैव सीन दैट जो एआरडी करंट अफेयर के क्वेश्चंस थे इन एआरडी सेक्शन वो काफी ज्यादा थे एज कम्पेयर टू एआरडी स्टैटिक लास्ट ईयर इट वाज 50-50 इस साल इट हैज बिकम 75-25 तो ये ट्रेंड चेंज है जो मैंने देखा है एंड आई वुड से बेस्ड ऑन माय conversation with the students, the paper is moderate to difficult level for ARD specifically.
Okay, especially the current affair part, right? Because this year we
Yeah.
have seen an increase in the current affair questions. Usually, NABARD has followed the phase one pattern where the number of static questions used to be more in the in the ARD portion. But this year we have seen that the number of questions from the current affairs, they are more as compared to the static part. Shamli ma'am, here I want to ask you one more thing. What was the level of static questions? The static questions they have asked this year, were they of the easy to moderate level, or as we have seen last year, were they were on some unexpected terms, or what was the level of the ARD static questions this year?
Ma'am, based on the number of questions that I have received till now, I would say it is easy to moderate, more of a moderate side. There are only, I think, 1 to 2 questions that are of easy level. Moderate, I would say they are of moderate level. But again, I would say कि जब pattern change होता है तो obviously difficulty level वैसे ही students के लिए बढ़ जाती है. तो overall difficulty level तो difficult था, but हाँ moderate level के थे जो भी question आए थे.
ओके, करंट अफेयर्स के लिए अब मैं दीक्षा मैम से बात करना चाहूंगी. सो दीक्षा मैम, करंट अफेयर्स जो एआरडी का हमें देखने को मिला है पेपर के अंदर, वो किस तरीके का था? लास्ट ईयर्स की तरह सिर्फ हमें जैसे स्कीम्स हैं, रिपोर्ट्स हैं एआरडी की, वही देखने को मिली थी? किसका वेटेज ज्यादा था? स्कीम ज्यादा पूछी गई थी, या एआरडी के जो रिपोर्ट्स थे वो ज्यादा पूछे गए थे? किस तरीके का पेपर था एआरडी करंट अफेयर्स का? दीक्षा मैम, आई थिंक देयर इज सम connectivity issue on your side.
Uh, okay, sorry, ma'am. There was a connectivity issue on my side. I think it's fine now. So, ma'am, जैसे इस बार current affair like it's been more, तो अभी तो we are still collecting the questions. But yes, जैसे schemes has always been like dominant when it comes to the current affair parts. तो उसी level में means उसी side में गया. बाकी as again said, even if we go for ARD phase 1, there also whenever current affair comes, schemes have always been predominant, and same is the case here. But still, we are looking at the questions. Maybe if we'll read more questions, then we would get to know that if from reports also more questions were asked or not. But as of now, it's of schemes only.
Okay. ओके एंड वन मोर थिंग स्टूडेंट्स आई वुड लाइक टू से जैसा मैंने स्टार्टिंग में भी आपसे कहा था कि ये जो वीडियो है ये हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ एक लिमिटेड इंटरेक्शन के ऊपर बेस्ड है सो आप जितने ज़्यादा हो सकें उतने ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस हमें प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए चैट सेक्शन के अंदर लिख के या फिर hello@edutap.co.in के ऊपर मेल करके आप जितने ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस प्रोवाइड करेंगे उतना ज़्यादा हमारा एनालिसिस उतने ज़्यादा अच्छे से हम आंसर की इसको प्रेजेंट कर पाएंगे और आपको एक बेटर आंसर की या फिर एक बेटर रिपोर्ट मिल पाएगी कि किस तरीके का एग्जाम था और क्या क्वेश्चंस थे और उन क्वेश्चंस के क्या आंसर्स थे सो दैट इज वन हेल्प दैट वी रिक्वायर नाउ फ्रॉम योर साइड on that note, now let us talk to Narveer sir regarding the descriptive English paper. So Narveer sir, descriptive English का पेपर कैसा था इस साल का जो ऐसे टॉपिक्स पूछे गए थे क्या वो हर साल की तरह वही थे जो हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ESI और ARD का जो सिलेबस है उसी के लाइंस पे था उसी से मिलता जुलता था अगर किसी बच्चे ने ESI और ARD का अपना फॉर्डर मटेरियल बहुत अच्छे से तैयार किया है तो वो ऐसे के क्वेश्चंस को भी अटेम्प्ट कर सकता था क्या इसी तरीके का पैटर्न था जो हमें डिस्क्रिप्टिव इंग्लिश के ऐसे के टॉपिक्स में इस साल भी देखने को मिला है
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The paper was in line with the previous year pattern,
ओके
and English is going to be, English is going to prove the savior and game changer for this exam
ओके
because exactly the paper was exactly like last year. The
ओके
word limit were exactly the same: 500 to 520 for essay, 120 word for pressy, and 200 to 220 words for letter. And as you said, as you very clearly pointed out that out of the four topics, there were two topics which were actually based on ARD, and the other two topics were basically based on ESI. So if
ओके
some student or all the students who have gone through the fodder material of EduTaps, I think they would be able to write very good essays, very good answers. Similarly, Pressy, the topic for the passage was basically about the Peruvian, the country Peru, and the agriculture ecosystem in that country. What are the bottlenecks, challenges, and whatnot. And about the letter, they had given three letters this time. They were slightly different than last year, but they were on the same pattern, formal letters. They were grievance letter. One was to write to your company head about the experience of the employees and all that. Then there were other two letters as well, which we are going to discuss in detail in the upcoming lecture session that we are going to take. But English was easy. You would say easy to moderate, and most of the students told me they were able to score. I mean, they were able to write all the answers well, and they were able to meet the requirements of the paper.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Now, I would like to ask Jaskaran, sir, what was the level of descriptive writing in the ESI and ARD paper? Were the questions on same lines as we were expecting? Were they similar to what they have asked in previous years? How was the paper and what was the difficulty level, sir?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, if you talk about the type of questions that were asked, I would say there is a significant change in the type of questions because in the previous year papers, if we see, ARD has been getting a good amount of weightage. The ARD questions have always been in the dominant number. But if we talk about this year, I would say they have asked good number of questions from the ESI also. So those type of students who skipped ESI or maybe who were underprepared for ESI, they would be in the trouble. The second thing that I would like to say, which is the plus side of that, the best side is that basically just like the previous years, this year also, they have asked the questions mapped to the syllabus only. So if you are somebody who has covered the syllabus in a holistic manner, for example, if I talk about question that has been asked as a part of 10 marker, they're asking about labor migration. So migration is a part of your syllabus. So if you have a 1 to 2 pager notes on this migration topic, then you should be in a comfortable position to answer such type of questions. Similarly, a question on क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन वाज आस्क्ड एआरडी का क्वेश्चन है डायरेक्टली सिलेबस में से है जैसे वो पीवाईक्यू में पूछते गए हैं तो कोई भी जो सीरियस स्टूडेंट होगा जिससे सिलेबस को मैप करके अपनी प्रिपरेशन की आई थिंक वो एक अच्छी पोजीशन में होगा इस पेपर को अटेम्प्ट करने के लिए
ठीक है
हाँ और नो डाउट जस्ट मैम लास्ट थिंग
हाँ जी
नो डाउट कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे थे थोड़े डायनेमिक पूछे गए और ये थोड़ा मुझे ऑफ ट्रेंड चीज लगी अगर हम पास्ट ईयर से इसको कंपेयर करें जैसे कि टैरिफ से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया है फिर एक वर्ल्ड बैंक एंड आईएमएफ इंस्टीट्यूशनल फंडिंग रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन तो थोड़ा डायनेमिक था बट मुझे लगता है जो थीम थी अगेन सिलेबस से अलाइंड ही थी तो डुएबल थे बट मैं इसको मॉडरेट में डालूंगा स्पेशली 15 मार्कर क्वेश्चंस को
ओके, सो स्टूडेंट्स, अभी तक के जो रिएक्शंस हैं या अभी तक का जो फीडबैक फैकल्टी से या स्टूडेंट्स से देखने को मिल रहा है, तो उसके बेसिस पे हम डिस्क्रिप्टिव इंग्लिश को इजी टू मॉडरेट कह सकते हैं, और जैसा कि हम हर साल देखते हैं हमें उसी तरीके का देखने को मिला है। सिमिलरली जो हमारा डिस्क्रिप्टिव ईएसआई एआरडी का पेपर था वो भी एक्सपेक्टेड लाइंस के ऊपर था, जैसा हम हर साल एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं उसी तरीके का पेपर था। सिलेबस को अगर आपने अच्छे से मैप करते हुए अपने फॉर्डर मटेरियल को प्रिपेयर किया है, और ये बात शायद मैंने अपने हर एक यूट्यूब सेशन में, हर एक इवेंट में कही थी कि सिलेबस से मैप करता हुआ फॉर्डर मटेरियल जरूर बनाइए, उसे लर्न कीजिए, उसे लर्न कीजिए। तो वो चीज़ कहीं ना कहीं हमें अभी पेपर में भी देखने को मिल रही है कि अगर आपने सिलेबस से मैप करता हुआ अपना फॉर्डर मटेरियल बनाया है तो आप आंसर कर पाए होंगे। ऑल्दो जैसा सर ने कहा कि हाँ, कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे थे जो थोड़े से ऑफ ट्रैक हमें यहाँ पर देखने को मिले, लेकिन क्योंकि हमारे पास चॉइस होती है तो अगेन वहां पर हम जो डुएबल क्वेश्चंस थे उनको चूज कर सकते थे, और अपना एक सेफ अटेम्प्ट जो था वो वहां पर कर सकते थे। उसके बाद में स्टूडेंट्स, अब एक और चीज आती है, वो है हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर। एंड नो डाउट जो दीक्षा मैम ने, शामली मैम ने और गुरकीरत सर ने कहा, उनके बेसिस पे हम ये कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं अभी तक जो हमें क्वेश्चंस मिले हैं कि इस बार का जो ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर था वो मॉडरेट टू टफ लेवल का था। स्कीम्स जो थी वो भी काफी टफ पूछी गई थी। एआरडी के अंदर जो स्टैटिक पोर्शन है, जो कि स्टूडेंट्स की काफी ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ होती है, उसकी वेटेज बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पर कम कर दी गई थी। करंट अफेयर्स हमें ज्यादा देखने को मिले हैं, और क्योंकि करंट अफेयर्स एक ऐसी चीज है जो हमेशा थोड़ी डाइसी होती है, थोड़ी डायनेमिक होती है, तो उसकी वजह से कहीं ना कहीं हमारा जो ईएसआई एआरडी का पेपर था वो एक मॉडरेट टू टफ लेवल पे चला गया, जो ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर हमारा था। तो ये अभी तक का हमारा इनिशियल रिएक्शन है इस पेपर को देखने के बाद में। अभी हम अच्छे से इसका डीपर एनालिसिस करेंगे, और उसके लिए मैं एक बार फिर से आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप जितने ज़्यादा हो सके हमें क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो भेजिए। चैट सेक्शंस में लिख के बताइए कि क्या क्वेश्चंस थे, किस तरीके की चीज़ें वहां पर पूछी गई थी। ऑप्शंस अगर आप बता सके तो वो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा, किस तरीके के पैराग्राफ पूछे गए थे और उन पैराग्राफ्स के बेसिस पे क्या क्वेश्चंस थे, ताकि हम एक ज़्यादा अच्छा एनालिसिस कर सकें और आपको ज़्यादा बेटर एक आंसर की प्रोवाइड कर सकें। So, on that note, I'm ending this session now. And yes, if you want to mail us the questions, you can do so at hello@edutap.co.in. Kindly note down the email address hello@edutap.co.in. At this address, you can provide us the questions, and we are just coming up with the sessions where we are going to discuss with you the detailed questions and the detailed answer. So stay tuned with us. On that note, thank you so much. And students, I wish you all the very best for your upcoming results. Thank you.